Hello everybody and welcome to PrimePlays Rogue Legacy. We got a little better yesterday than when we started at least, so let's go straight in for another run. Paladin. Colorblind, so they can't see colours, but they're flexible and launches orbs of bounce everywhere. We've got here Corporalalia, swears a lot I guess. And clumsy, you break a lot of things. Do you know what? I'm going to go with a colourblind character. We haven't had a colourblind character yet. And I was about to say, I don't think we've been a lady, but our last character was a lady. It shows right there. And we have 372 available to us. So I'm just going to stick it straight into attack. We can worry later on. So, yeah, do not adjust your monitors. It turns out that colourblind is exactly that. You do not see any colour. Well, that's okay. You know, and if I remember rightly, we'd unlocked a double jump and a dash as well, so that should help us a little with mobility. Along with you know, our plan to not die. There's a Doomvis there. Glad we took that damage upgrade. We managed to kill it in one hit. Ow, that was bad damage there. But we managed to get through it. We've still got 165 health anyway. I'm trying to break everything sort of almost religiously, just because, you know, my main aim at the moment is to get money, it's not to do anything else. I want us to get to a survivable level before taking on the boss, and then... Could have done better there, that wasn't terrible play, but it could have been much better. Yeah, I want us to get to a survivable level, and then on a run I like, where we get to a boss room, then I'll go straight... I thought that was a... I thought that guy there was a fireball the first time he hit me. The second time was just terrible damage. Yeah, I want us to get to a nice survivable level, and then, you know, the run we like. When we get to one of those teleporters near the boss, maybe I'll just go straight in to the teleporter and do that. You know? And then we, I guess, move into a different area. I haven't actually looked on the wiki or anyone else's videos of this, so I don't know if those other areas are what I think they are. What I think they are is obviously, you know, different difficulties. That was terrible damage on my part there. Yeah, I think they're different difficulties, so... For instance, like, I'm not sure which, maybe that place we went upstairs, what was it called? I can't remember what it was called now. Maybe that was like the next place to go, or maybe it was that forest we went to. I'm guessing that one's probably called the forest. That was a good guess there on my part. I didn't actually think I saw it move, but I figured better safe than sorry, you know. So we're at level 13. We've only got 37 health left though. We've only got 374 gold, so this run hasn't gone quite according to plan. Let's see if we can at least get ourselves to 500 before we... ow. I didn't think they could shoot through those, unfortunately. I was going to say let's try and get to 500 before we move on, but fortunately that wasn't to be. So, stereo blind, you can't see in 3D, and you have Alzheimer's, you have trouble remembering where you are. So the enemies can't knock you back. You never get to ride roller coasters. Welcome to Bathsville. Oh, that looks terrible. That looks like it's going to make me play it upside down. Do you know what, let's just do it for the lulz. Let's do it just for the sake of insanity, just to see exactly how bad I am at it. I mean, I'm bad enough at the game as it is, you know, without throwing this in. I could take an extra health. I'm not going. That is horrible. I'm not going to, and I'm also not going to make my screen go upside down either. So that's what, 350? Yes. Okay, so we got that on now as well. Yeah, don't expect me to live too long on this run, guys. Sort of a very weird back to front sort of upside down as well. Still, let's make do and probably never choose this again unless we are just doing it for the laughs, you know. Do you know what? If we can even get 100 gold, I'll be happy with this run. Basically, that's how little faith I have in myself of playing upside down. So much fun. I'm not even that good at playing it right side up, you know? All in all though, I expect to take more damage on that run. We got a Where's my mini-map? Down there. We got a bit of a health up... well, some health there. I was going to say health upgrade, but that's not what it was. You have no idea how disconcerting this is, playing it upside down. Let's deal with that. Also while trying to avoid the bones. Oh, this is terrible because I'm actually playing... It looks like I might be playing better than I was last time, which is... Oh, I didn't see that that was a Doom bus. It was probably moving and everything. Yeah, strange, because it seems like I was playing better than last time, but I can promise you, it's completely by accident. You know, oh, fucking Prime Minister Sinister says he's terrible at the game and then just has a really good upside down run. You know, no, it's not how it works. Okay, I don't know. I mean, maybe should I go to a doctor and get a CAT scan? Maybe a little bit of hyperbole there for you. It's not that at all. I think it is just pure luck. I'd like to say it was skill, but it's really not. And we've already earned a hell of a lot more money than we did on that last run, so maybe there's something to playing while upside down. Oh, that's horrible. I'm terrible at those at the best of times. Is this where I die? Hopefully not. There we go. Yeah, no, I'm terrible at these at the best of times, so... Oh, you have to press down, don't you? Damn it. Okay, so down. There we are. Maybe it wasn't worth it. Let's take him down anyway. Well, this room's kind of a dead end, so let's not bother with it, really. It's really weird because it's upside down. I keep feeling like the controls should be inverted as well, but right and left is still right and left. It's just down and up that are inverted, and that keeps really throwing me, to be honest with you. I feel like I'm just glad that... Oh, there's that 3 words again. I'm just glad that I don't get motion sickness. I can imagine if you did, like, something like this would really spoon you out. Is that... I'm pretty sure that isn't how motion sickness works, just upside down, you know? I think it's, you know, a bit more to do with motion there, Prime. Oh, that was terrible. See, stuff like that, I think... Now, don't quote me on this, and certainly don't go back through my older video. Well, do go back through my older videos, but don't go back through them with the express purpose of saying, yeah, you say you missed that, but you clearly fucking don't, you know? There's a lot of swearing in this episode. I think I've warned you before in other videos that sometimes I swear more than others, sometimes I barely swear at all. It's odd. It's nothing to do with a lack of vocabulary or, you know, a specific choice in my vernacular. Is vernacular the right word to use there? I don't think so. It might be. I'm not sure. It's just sometimes I talk a certain way, and other times I talk another. And I died. Do you know what? I'm actually surprised that I lived as long as I did, and did as well as I did. Really, you know. So that's enough of vertigo. Remember things with extreme clarity. Peripheral arterial disease. No foot pulse. Does that mean spikes on the ground don't hurt me? I'm going to test this. I might end up taking some terrible damage while testing it, but... Yeah. Should we upgrade our barbarian? Yeah, let's upgrade our barbarian. Convert your barbarians into barbarian kings on the secret of the shout of the bears and shout at things until they explode. Okay. Bit of a Skyrim reference there. See, everyone seems to really enjoy Skyrim, and don't get me wrong, it's certainly by no means a terrible game. But it didn't grab me the same way like Morrowind or Oblivion did. You know, I enjoyed Arena and Daggerfall, and I enjoyed Morrowind, but Oblivion, there was something about that game that just really grabbed me. And... yeah, I feel that's the right word. I feel that Skyrim was kind of a disappointment to me. It never engrossed me, you know? I mean, at least the characters weren't hideous as all hell and stuff, but... you know, I could live with hideous characters if the game was maybe a little more engrossing. I didn't even mean to do that, I wasn't thinking. Hopefully that won't make it upside down. Maybe we'll play it right side up and see if we do any better. I get the feeling that I'm going to play a hell of a lot worse all of a sudden. Maybe, you know, some of you in the comments there just saying, you know what, that's a negative attitude. If you have a negative attitude, you'll perform negatively, like that first bit of damage there. But let's avoid those ice shards, deal with him, collect some gold. But, you know, I'm not a believer in that. I don't think so much that... There is an extent where a negative attitude is bad, you know, no one wants to hang around with a moping Myrtle, and, you know, if you're the sort of person that is constantly having to put stuff down, what's they call it in the US, a hipster? Yeah, don't be that guy, you know. If you like something, just like it. If someone else likes something that you think is dumb, that's fine too, as long as they get happiness from it, that's really all that matters, you know. Nobody wants to be around that kind of person, because that kind of person isn't, it's not that they're negative, it's that they're an asshole. And they take themselves too seriously. Sorry to my British viewers there, an arsehole. You know, and just don't be that guy, you know. We all have look, if you have a friend and they're down, certainly be there for them. But this is going to maybe make me sound a little callous or something, but do you have that friend that, it's not that they're down sometimes, if they're just like constantly negative and that hasn't changed, you know, certainly do your best to stand by them, try and cheer them up a bit, and you know, if it goes beyond a point, certainly try and convince them to seek help, you know. There's no shame in that, you know, professional help. But if it carries on and it starts bumming you out and getting you down, there comes a point where, I don't know, personally I feel that that person's got to go. You don't enrich my life in any way. Just the same as, you know, I would expect with my friends. Stumbled on the word friends because I blatantly don't have any. I have a 2 or 3, you know. But I would expect my friends to tell me if I was being that guy, you know. And I'd work on it. But yeah, if you're that guy, just try and lighten up a little, you know. If you're genuinely that down all the time, go get help, you know. Friends are there to be friends, to have fun with, to enrich your life, you know. They're not there as a professional service or a crutch. Even if they were, they're not qualified to be a professional service, you know. That got super deep, super fast, that tangent. I'm not sure where that started or where I was going with it anymore, but it seems that if I'm off on a tangent and not paying too much attention to what I'm doing, counterintuitively as that sounds, I seem to do a lot better. It's only when I start thinking about things that I panic, rather than relying on, you know, reaction times or muscle memory almost. What's this? Spell found, chakram. Oh, I just switched my spell out for a chakram. I should really try and use those spells a lot more. You know, I seem to do a lot better when I did use them. I should be using my double jump and my mobility moves more as well. That was nice. See, that's why I should be using spells more. I'm quite proud of myself for that. There's someone who's probably, you know, played this and is 100 hours in or whatever. It's just like, yeah, that's really basic. But you know what? That's fine. You can be better than me at the game if you want. I'm not playing to be the best. I'm playing to have fun, and maybe you'll have fun watching me. Maybe you won't. If you don't, that's fine too. Just leave some constructive criticism. Found a blueprint as well, a night sword, so that's quite handy. Leave some constructive criticism. You know, I'm not so thin-skinned that it would bother me, you know, especially if it can help me improve my videos, or more importantly, well, more importantly to me, maybe, improve my gameplay style, you know, improve my ability at this game. That was some terrible damage there. He telegraphed the hell out of that move. I should have seen that. I expected him to die after the second hit, okay, I got cocky, and it didn't pay off for me. So, that's fine, maybe I just need to keep an eye on their health a bit more. And, maybe fuck this room. Actually, this room's not so bad. It's not so bad. We've encountered worse sort of spooky fire rooms. This is that one that goes up, isn't it? To another... Well, obviously it goes up. Christ prime. It goes up to another level. Yep, no. They are all of a way higher level than me, doing way too much damage. That was some terrible, terrible damage there. We are not skilled enough to go there yet, guys. So let's head... right, hit that guy. I didn't expect him to die in one hit, but I'm not complaining. And can't believe I missed that last hit there. Now he'll die. There we go. Yeah. I'm not really one for complaining. he says after going on a massive tirade and complaining. I don't know, I think there's a point where you should maybe point out that maybe this situation isn't okay, but I think there's a point where you just need to let things slide, you know? I live with my partner, we've been together, Christina and I, 7 years now, and there are times where I have to stop myself. I catch myself doing it, you know, just complaining about dumb things. For instance, in our kitchen we have a little, I want to call it like a spoon dish or something. It's one of those weird girl things, you know, that is completely unnecessary to me. I use a spoon to make a cup of tea or a cup of coffee and put it in the washing up bowl. As I said in another video, it's primarily me that does the washing up anyway, apart from when I'm being lazy, you know. And washing up spoon isn't so bad. And she puts them on the spoon dish. Do you know what? That doesn't bother me. That's fine. If that's the way you want to do it, that's the way you want to do it. You know. The problem is when she makes a cup of tea. Now, our kitchen is not a big kitchen. Like, you can reach the bin from where the kettle is, you know. And yeah, when I make a cup of tea, put the used tea bag in the bin. You know, like a normal person, I guess. But not Christina, no. And it really bugs me. She puts it on the dish, on the little, I guess it's like 3 inches sort of wide dish thing that you can put the spoons on. Anyway, she puts it on that, and for some reason, at times, it sends me into like this white hot anger. Like, it just really irritates me, way more than anything else. And I have to stop myself and be like, Prime, you know what, buddy? If that's your biggest problem, you know, you need to calm yourself down. 1, that's like the most first world problem I've ever heard, and 2, if that's your only relationship issue, you should maybe feel a little more blessed and maybe not complain about it. That's where I was going with this, about not complaining. You know, not complain about it, shrug it off and realise that maybe it's you with the problem. Just put it in the bin. Like you say, it's within arm's reach. It'll take less than half a second to do it, you know? And that puts me in a good mood when I remind to tell myself that, because when all said and done, she's pretty awesome. You know, I wouldn't have been with her for 7 years. I wouldn't be living with her and own a house together if we hadn't. So we prayed. Hyperion's Ring. Okay. I don't really know what that does, so we'll carry on. But yeah, my point was don't be so quick to complain. You know, stop and think. Like, is it really that big a deal? You know, in the grand scheme of things, is it that big of a problem? Is it going to matter in a year? Is it going to even matter in a day? You know, if the answer is no to either of those, just let it slide. Obviously, don't let people walk all over you. You know, there's a point where you've got to say enough is enough. But with things like that, you just need to put your life into perspective. Person I just made up in my head. You know, take no damage. Oh, we can't do that, I'm afraid. You know, and it's a struggle. It's oh, okay, that's what the Hyperion Ring did. Oh, there's no point in even going through here anymore. I was going to go back, but I died. So the Hyperion Ring, something to remember in the future, is almost like a second try. You know. But yeah, all I'm saying is just be happy to be happy, and don't be so quick to be angry. You know. I feel like, especially in YouTube comments, obviously not on my videos because there aren't that many comments yet, but I feel in the YouTube comments people are too quick to get angry rather than you know, try and take things into consideration. Like, one thing that always angers me, and I'm not you know, a grammar Nazi so much. Like, I will try to use correct grammar, but sometimes I fail. You know, I've been out of school 10 years now. 11 years? Yeah, 11 years now, blimey. I'm getting old. Been out of school for a while. Sometimes I forget people are still in school, or that English isn't someone's first language. But sometimes it still bothers me when I see, and it's only the one thing that bothers me. You can give me all the spelling mistakes you want. You know, you can give me the terrible grammar you want. I just see past it. As long as I know what you mean, that's fine. It's when people put then instead of than. So, you know, rather than putting than, they put then. So, like, rather than, and that bugs me. That is just, why do you do that? Where is the mistake? That what are people being taught that so many people are making that mistake? You know, that's the only one that bugs me. And then I remember, do you know what? In the grand scheme of things, again, it's just not that important. Maybe I shouldn't let myself get so worked up about it. You know, to mention I'm getting older. I don't want to give myself heart issues over some people I never meet using an E instead of an A in the word, you know? That would be dumb, right? Still, to the people that do that, just try a little harder, you know? Just to save people like me, I guess, or others. It's, you know. And I say people that isn't their first language, you know, like, wholly sincerely. I mean, my partner, she's German and speaks Italian, so English isn't her first language. I guess it's her second because she lives here now. Well, has lived here for a number of years and speaks it every day. I said that she speaks Italian every day at work, but what I'm trying to say is, you know, English is a bigger part of her life than Italian on a day-to-day basis. But she still makes mistakes. My favourite was we were at B&Q. I guess like the American version would be Home Depot, or as we would say, Home Depot. Yeah, we were at B&Q and we were looking for a wood saw. But she just couldn't remember the word, so she ran up to the staff member. She didn't tell me she couldn't remember the word either, so I would have just told her, you know, I'm a nice guy like that. But she ran up to a member of staff and was yelling, "I need a beaver, I need a beaver." And of course, I knew what she meant, but I was too busy laughing, as you would, you know, to correct her. And the staff member was looking bemused, but they eventually figured it out through hand signals and her saying, you know, "I need a beaver to cut wood," and I was like, "What, do you need a wood saw?" After, you know, smirking and trying his best to give good customer service, but also he's still a human being, you know. After which she followed up with the fact that she needed a protractor. We were putting some shelves up, so she needed a protractor to measure an angle, you know, so we could get things right. We're not great at DIY, so we wanted to, you know, do our best to do a bang-up job. It's our first home. Give me a break, you know. There's nothing wrong with being house proud. But yeah, she couldn't remember what it was called. Couldn't remember the word protractor, which in German is Winkelmesser, I believe. So she was just like, "I need a winkle." And I don't know if it's the same in the US, but a winkle over here is, I guess it's like a childish word for a dick, a penis, you know, a schlong. So she followed up, "I need a beaver," with a winkle. At which point I lost it, and you know, I had to walk away. Luckily, strangely, I bumped into some friends in the next aisle, told them, we had a good laugh. Anyway, enough of that tangent. That's the end of this video. If you like the video, like it. If you dislike it, of course dislike it. And as always, subscribe. Thanks for watching.